There are football stories that feel almost impossible when you hear them for the first time. Stories where everything is stacked against a player from the beginning: poverty, rejection, lack of resources, and zero visibility, yet somehow, against all odds, they rise to the very top of world football. This is one of those stories. Not about privilege, not about perfect academies or early fame, but about a boy who was written off before his story even began and still managed to become a football superstar. This is the journey of how a poor African reject turned rejection into fuel, poverty into motivation, and invisibility into global recognition. A childhood where dreams were a luxury. In many parts of Africa, football is not just a sport. It is survival. It is identity. It is the only visible ladder out of poverty for millions of young boys. For this boy, growing up was not easy. Life was shaped by struggle, limited food, limited opportunities, and even more limited hope from the outside world. While other children in wealthier countries trained in structured academies with professional coaches. He played barefoot on rough ground with a ball made of plastic bags and tape. But even then, something stood out. He wasn't just playing, he was performing. Every touch looked intentional. Every dribble had purpose. Every small game in dusty streets felt like a final to him. But to the adults around him, football was not a career path. It was a distraction, something temporary, something unrealistic. Focus on school, they said. Football won't feed you, they warned. But the boy kept playing anyway, because deep down, he believed football was his only way out. The first brutal reality: rejection. Eventually, he got his first real opportunity trials at organized clubs. This was the moment every street player dreams of. A chance to be seen. A chance to be selected. A chance to escape. But reality hit hard. At his first trial, coaches barely looked twice at him. Too small. Too weak. Not physically developed enough. Not disciplined enough. Not ready. Some didn't even give detailed feedback. He was simply told he was not what they were looking for. For a child who had built his entire identity around football, it was devastating. This is the moment many talents disappear forever. Because rejection doesn't just close doors, it destroys belief. But instead of quitting, something unusual happened. He went back to the streets and got better. The streets that built something academies couldn't. Street football is brutal. No coaching, no protection, no rules that favor development, only survival. And in that environment, only the strongest survive, not physically, but mentally and creatively. Here, he learned something that would define his future career: how to think faster than defenders, how to move in tight spaces where others panic, how to turn pressure into opportunity, how to stay calm when surrounded. Older boys tried to bully him off the ball. He slipped through them. Bigger players tried to dominate physically. He danced past them. Every day was a lesson in adaptation. Every match was a test of intelligence, not just skill. Slowly, word began to spread in his area. There was a boy who couldn't be stopped. A boy who didn't play like a normal street kid. A boy who played like someone already destined for something bigger. By now, you're probably wondering, who was this boy? The young African player who was rejected, overlooked, and told he wasn't good enough was Sadio Mane. Born in Bambali, Senegal, Mane grew up in poverty, far from the world of elite football. Many doubted his dream, and some believed he lacked the physical qualities needed to succeed. But rejection never stopped him. Instead, it pushed him to work harder, improve faster, and believe when nobody else did. What seemed like the end of his dream was actually just the beginning. And soon, the boy who was once ignored would start a journey that would make him one of football's biggest stars. The moment everything changed. Eventually, his talent could no longer stay hidden. A local coach noticed him during a small match. Not a famous scout, not a European agent, just someone experienced enough to recognize something special. That single moment changed everything. He was invited to train with a structured team. For the first time, he entered a world of discipline, schedules, and expectations. It was completely different from street football. Now he had to adapt again. Now talent alone wasn't enough. Now consistency mattered. At first he struggled. He wasn't the star anymore. He wasn't the most physically dominant. But what he had was rare adaptability. And slowly, he improved. Every training session sharpened him. Every mistake taught him. Every challenge pushed him forward. Europe starts watching. When he started performing consistently, something inevitable happened. He began attracting attention beyond his country. European scouts travel across Africa constantly, searching for hidden talent. Most of the time, they see potential that never fully develops. But this time, they saw something different. A player with intelligence beyond his age. A player who didn't panic under pressure. A player who created chances out of nothing. Soon, offers began to appear. Trials in Europe. Academy invitations. Transfer interest. For a boy who once played barefoot on dirt fields, this was beyond imagination, but it was also the most dangerous phase of his career, because many African talents arrive in Europe and disappear.
Bravo, does it get there? Oh, Liverpool score again!
The hardest step, survival, in Europe. Moving to Europe changed everything instantly. New language, new culture, new food, new weather, new expectations, and most importantly, new pressure. In Africa, he was special. In Europe, he was just another young player trying to prove himself. Training sessions were faster, opponents were stronger, mistakes were punished immediately. He wasn't starting anymore. He was fighting for minutes. Sometimes he played well, but didn't score. Sometimes he scored, but didn't impress enough. Sometimes he disappeared completely. Critics began to question him. Was he overhyped? Was he too raw? Was he another failed African prospect? These questions followed him everywhere. But internally, something different was happening. He was evolving. The breakthrough moment. Every football career has one turning point. One match. One moment. One performance that changes perception forever. For him, it finally came. In a high-pressure match, everything clicked. His movement was sharp. His decision-making was perfect. His confidence was visible. He scored. He assisted. He dominated the game in a way nobody expected. That night, everything changed. Coaches started trusting him more. Fans started noticing him. Analysts started discussing his potential seriously. The same player who was doubted was now being described as one to watch. And just like that, momentum shifted. Becoming more than a prospect with confidence came consistency. And with consistency came recognition. He stopped being just a young player. He became a threat. Defenders started preparing specifically for him. Opponents respected him. Teammates relied on him. His name began appearing in headlines. Clips of his goals circulated online. Fans began calling him the future. But success also brought pressure. Because now he wasn't being judged for potential anymore. He was being judged for performance. Every game mattered. Every mistake was amplified. Every good match was expected. The weight of expectation, one of the hardest parts of becoming a football star, is not the journey to the top. It's staying there. Suddenly, the boy who once played in silence was being watched by millions. Every touch analyzed, every pass debated, every missed chance criticized. But this is the reality of modern football. Talent is not enough. Entertainment is expected. Consistency is demanded. And pressure is constant. Still, he continued to grow. Because the same mentality that survived rejection in Africa now helped him survive criticism in Europe. The symbol he became over time, Sadio Mane's story became bigger than football. For millions of young players across Africa, he became living proof that rejection isn't the end of a dream. That where you start in life doesn't have to determine where you finish. People often call stories like this a miracle, but the truth is much simpler. Sadio Mane wasn't successful because he never faced rejection. He became successful because he refused to let rejection define him. Every setback made him stronger. Every doubt pushed him forward. Every closed door forced him to find another way. From playing barefoot on dusty streets in Senegal to shining on the biggest stages in world football, Mane's journey is a reminder that talent can come from anywhere, even when nobody is looking. His story proves one powerful truth. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are defined by what you do after people tell you that you can't succeed. And that's exactly how a poor African reject became a football superstar. Like, subscribe, and comment your favorite football story, because the next legend might already be writing his journey right now. From dust to dreams, the story of how a poor African reject became a football superstar is not a fairy tale. It is a reminder. A reminder that talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not. A reminder that rejection can either end a dream or fuel it. A reminder that greatness is not about where you start, but how far you refuse to stay down. From dusty streets to professional stadiums, from being ignored to being celebrated, from rejection to recognition. His journey proves one simple truth. You are not defined by where you come from. You are defined by how far you are willing to go. Like, subscribe, and comment your favorite football story, because the next legend might already be writing his journey right now.